things that we can improve on, but I think it's as we thought it was going to be. It's going to be a really tight Test series, and yeah, I think we take a little bit from today. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, your bowlers have restricted the Indian team for 250 in the first inning, but your batting group could not capitalize. Was that the main reason, would you say?
Yeah, the batting conditions in the first innings were, I wouldn't say they were easy. I thought it was hard to score. I thought India bowled superbly for most of the game. Built a lot of pressure up on us, and we couldn't quite get through those tough periods. But there was a number of reasons I think why we lost. We thought we could have cleaned them up on day one for about 200, 210, and we let that slip a little bit. Clearly, we would like to score more than 230 in a first innings in Australia, and then there were some other things along the way. So there's things that we need to tighten up. But on the whole, we think that, as I said, we're up for a really tough four-match series, and we expect it to be a real arm wrestle.
Do you think there is the same issue as always, and is there any doubt over you given that such tight turnaround?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm fine.
Will there be discussion of the way you use DRS between tests, do you think? Because there were a couple of little issues there.
It's one of those things, isn't it, Pete? You can't do much about it. I mean, we've been told that Aaron's, for instance, would have still not been overturned. So, the DRS is interesting.
Do you have a process with it? Do you have plans about when and how you use it?
It's a bit different when the batters are out there. It's up to those two, isn't it? So, Aaron felt something on his glove. It ended up being his pad. So that can happen. But yeah, from a bowling and in the field perspective, yeah, we've got a process that we go through with myself, obviously, and the bowler, and Nathan Lyons at point a lot. He sort of gives us a indication of height and all that sort of thing. So you've just got to take everyone's piece of information and make good decisions. And yeah, we got a couple wrong, but that can happen.
Russell, in a lot pre-match, obviously talked about how demonstrative you would or would not be on the field. How do you think the first test went for you guys, and comparatively to India, particularly where it was quite emotional and people was talking all the time? How do you feel you guys did?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought it was played in good spirits. I don't know about them. We didn't pay any attention to them, and we won't be for the whole series. So we can only concentrate on the brand and style of cricket that we want to play. And as I said, from a cricket point of view, we've got some things that we need to tighten up, but some areas that we know we can. And I thought, today was a nice snapshot, I suppose, the way we want to go about it. I thought we fought really hard. We never gave in, and you don't have to talk rubbish and carry on like a pork chop to prove that.
What sort of praise do you give Nathan Lyons for really hanging in there and almost going through?
Yeah, I think our whole bowling attack, I think, you see those four together, you can see how much playing for Australia means to them. Whether they've got the bat, ball, or in the field, you can't question those four guys' commitment. They have a red hot crack for every single ball, and that's what we're building to. That's the style of cricket we want to play. They're obviously some of our more experienced players, and I think the more they do that, the more it's going to rub off on the rest of this group. So I couldn't question any of those guys.
Would you top order learn from the bottom order?
Well, obviously the lower order gets to face the bowlers when they're a little bit more tired traditionally, and that makes a difference. But certainly if we can get through some tougher periods at the start, we want our top six batting when that was happening this afternoon, and that's the plan. And this test we haven't quite been able to get a set batter right through, or a number of batters right through. But certainly that's a goal of ours. If we can get our batters facing a lot of balls against this attack, we think they'll tire, and I think we saw evidence of that straight away today.
Two tight games, once against Pakistan a few months back, and then how did that help to gear up for this one today, especially the last game?
Yeah, I think it just gave us some belief when I don't think many people thought we would get even as close as we did today, and certainly didn't think we'd win. So. But as I said, we've got a lot of faith in particularly our lower order. We think we bat pretty deep, and Lino's getting better all the time. And as I said, those 4 or 5 guys have a real crack every time they're out in the middle. So we took some belief from what happened in Dubai, and I think that's shown our group that anything is possible if you're prepared to stick it out and face a lot of balls, it can change quite quickly, and we saw that again today. We just couldn't quite get there.
Michael, Tim, JL spoke this morning about getting the top three right and how important that is. Is that something that will come under discussion at the Perth test, particularly with Aaron opening and where his best spot is?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. We obviously haven't spoken about that just yet. But yeah, I mean, Justin's the coach and he's got a fair say, so I imagine if he wants to talk about it, it'll be on the agenda once we get to Perth.
Sean, his innings today,
yeah.
Can you use that as a platform for the rest of the summer?
Yeah, I think so. I think Sauce is, we all know how good he is, but I just love the way that Sauce keeps coming when everyone writes him off. We spoke about it last night, he just keeps coming back and turning up and battling as hard as he possibly can, and that can be really hard to do when you're always under the pump from you guys, always under the pump from the public, and just shows how strong a character is and how good a player he is. So, he's been in really good form in the last month or so, and I think he's really, really close to cracking a big test score and winning us some games. So he'll take some belief out of that.
Yeah, just talking about belief, I mean, today was always going to be tough, but how important was today in sticking out and that vote of confidence for the next test?
Yeah, it's always important. You want to be, if you're going to be a good team, you've got to be first, you've got to be hard to beat. And I think today we were hard to beat. We made India work really hard. I think we made them work harder than they thought they were going to have to work. And that was pleasing, but it's also now sitting back a huge missed opportunity because we didn't cash in the first innings, and we didn't have batters out there today when they were tiring. And had we have had either of those, we would have won this test match. So it's pretty hard to take.
Rob, you mentioned before about the DRS being interesting. Can you just expand on that? Do you mean in terms of the power it has to change test matches, or just the process you go through?
Oh, I think everything. I don't want to talk about DRS. It is what it is. A lot of balls seem to be going over the top of the stumps. I know that live don't look like they are. So, it is what it is.
I suppose is that particularly, I guess, the match where someone you think it's harder to replicate just how the pitch is sort of deteriorated in a certain spot?
Yeah, I think so. It's not a perfect system, and I haven't got the answers. It's frustrating. I imagine it's frustrating for everyone, but it is what it is.
Tim, obviously India are in a situation that they have never been in a series down under, and their captain did mention that they would like to build on to this team. So how difficult will it be for your team when you meet again in the second test match of the series in Perth?
It won't be any more difficult than this is. Every test match is a huge challenge, and as I said, we've expected this series to be an absolute arm wrestle from the get-go. We know how good a side they are. And we're looking forward to getting to Perth, that's for sure.
Tim, what's your assessment of Mitchell Stark's score at the moment? He gave 2 overs from the second year ball yesterday and then took it off pretty quickly. How do you see it going?
I think for the majority of the test, Starkey actually bowled really well. I saw a bit of stuff last night that people were pretty critical of him, but I think his economy rate for a lot of the tests was really good. He took some wickets. He didn't set the world on fire, but I think for a long time there's been a really big gap between Starkey's best and his worst, and from what I'm seeing, that's getting closer and closer every day. So yeah, was he at his best? Probably not, but I still thought he played his role really well and opened up the game for us, to be honest, at times.
Still think he should take the new ball?
Yeah, I think so. We'll wait and see when we get there. That wicket could be completely different, but as I said, when Starkey's on song, there's no better bowler in the world, particularly with the new ball, and if he can get it to swing, and I think in Perth the conditions will suit him down to the ground. I think it will swing. I think the wicket's going to be, from what I'm hearing, really fast, so he'll be a handful.
Dan, last question.
Tim, you've had as a team a bit more overs than you did in this test.
Yeah.
One, do you take the positive out of that? And two, is it a matter of going ahead in the series, I suppose, maybe switching the balance so more of those overs are batted in the first innings rather than eliminated?
Yeah, well, that would be ideal. But I think, as I said, we expect this series to be really tight. So I think days like today, where you make their fast bowlers come back 2, 3, 4 more times than they thought they probably had to, I think they can have a really telling impact on the back end of a big series when it's 4 tests. There's a lot of cricket to be played, and And as I said, I thought you could see signs of their attack wearing this afternoon. So that's a really key element for us, is to get lots of overs into them, and I'm no doubt India's the same for us. They want to see our fast bowlers bowl a hell of a lot of overs, but yeah, it's going to be good to get to Perth and see who backs up better.
Thanks, everyone.